Hi everyone. Today we can discuss exercise 20b, question number 6 onwards. The diameters of two cones are equal if their slant heights are in the ratio 5:4. Find the ratio of their curved surface areas. Diameters of two cones are equal. So that means if D1 is the diameter of the first cone and D2 is the diameter of the second cone, these two are equal. So since diameters are equal, we can say the radius also will be equal, that is R1 is equal to R2. So let it be R. We can say it as R. That means the radius of two cones, we can write it as what is equal to R. Okay. Why? Because two cones diameter is given as equal, so radius will be equal. Also given the slant heights. Let L1 be the slant height of first cone and L2 be the slant height of the second cone. So given what? Given L1 is to L2 given as 5:4. Slant height is given as 5:4. So what will be the slant height? Ratio L1 is to L2 is 5:4. Therefore, slant height of first cone will be what? 5x, and the slant height of the second cone is 4x. Okay. Then what we had to find out? Find the ratio of their curved surface area. So what will be the curved surface area of the first cone? CSA of the first cone, curved surface area of the first cone is equal to, pi r L. Curved surface area of the cone, pi r L. Since the radius are equal, we can write r as r itself, but slant height of the first cone is, we assumed it as L1. So CSA of the first cone is pi r L1, and the curved surface area of the second cone is what? Pi r L2. R is same. Since R1 is equal to R2, we assumed it as R. So we can write, instead of R1, R2, we can write it as R itself. So pi r L1 is the curved surface area of the first cone, and pi r L2 be the curved surface area of second cone. So ratio of the curved surface area will be what? Ratio of curved surface area is equal to pi r L1 is to pi r L2. So which is equal to pi r L1 is what? 5x into 5x is to pi r L2, slant height of the second cone is 4x. So we can write this in fraction form. Ratio we can write as fraction, that is pi r x divided by 4 pi r x, isn't it? So pi r x we can cancel, we got it as 5/4, that is in ratio form 5:4. So that ratio of the curved surface area is 5:4. 7th question. There are two cones. The curved surface area of one is twice that of the other. The slant heights of the latter is twice that of the former. Find the ratio of their radii. There are two cones. The curved surface area of one is twice that of the other. The slant height of the latter is twice that of the former. So let the slant height of the first cone be L1. How can we write? Let the slant height of the first cone is equal to L1 and the slant height of the second cone we can write it as L2, and also R1 be the radius of the first cone and R2 be the radius of the second cone. Okay, according to the condition, what is given? Slant height of the latter is twice that of the former, and also given curved surface area of one is twice that of other. That means given what? Curved surface area of first cone is equal to twice the curved surface area of the second cone. Okay, so that is one condition, and second is what? The slant height of the latter. Slant height of the latter means the second one, latter. The second one is known as what? Latter, and first one is known as the former. So slant height of the latter means L2 is twice that of the former. Twice that of the former means 2 into L1. So also given slant height of the latter will be equal to twice the slant height of the former. Okay. So let it be equation number 1. Or we can write, instead of curved surface area of the first cone, we can write it as what? Curved surface area pi R1 L1 is equal to 2 into pi R2 L2. So let it be equation number 1 and this as equation number 2. Okay. So what we have to do? Substituting 2 in equation number 1. Next step, substituting equation number 2 in equation number 1, that is pi R1 L1 is equal to 2 into pi R2 L2. Instead of L2 we can write it as 2 into L1. Okay, that is curved surface area of the first cone is twice the curved surface area of the second cone. That means curved surface area of the cone is pi RL. Here first cone radius R1, slant height L1. That's why we are writing R1 and L1. For the second cone it is R2 and L2. Formula is what? Pi RL. Curved surface area is pi RL. So first cone we can write it as R1 L1 and second cone we can write it as R2 L2. Then also given slant height of the former and the slant height of the latter. Given condition is what? Slant height of the latter is equal to 2 times the slant height of the former. So let it be equation number 2. So after substituting we will get it as pi R1 L1 is equal to 2 pi R2 into 2 into L1. Okay. That is pi R1 L1 is equal to 2 into 2, 4 pi R2 L1. So we have to find out R1 is to R2. So R1 by R2 is equal to R2 is there. So if we cross multiply, we have to get the answer as 4 pi R2 L1. So R2 there means R2. So we have to write, if you cross multiply, so we will get it as 4 pi R2 then L1. If you cross multiply, we will get it as 4 pi R2 L1. Similarly, how can we write this? R1 is here. So if you cross multiply, we want to get it as pi R1 L1. So remaining pi R1 is there. So we have to write pi L1. So pi L1 cancel. So 4 remaining, 1 only balance. So R1 by R2 is equal to 4 by 1. That is R1 is to R2 is equal to 4 is to 1. Okay, that we have to find out. That is ratio of their radii we have to find out. That ratio of the radii is equal to 4 is to 1. 8th question. A heap of wheat is in the form of a cone of diameter 16.8 meters and height 3.5 meters. Find its volume. Then second part is how much cloth is required to just cover the heap. So how much cloth is just required to cover the heap means only we have to cover this curved surface area, isn't it? So that curved surface area we have to find out. So first one is we have to find out the volume. First part is we have to find out the volume. Then second part is how much cloth is required to just cover the heap. So we have to find only the curved surface area. Second part we have to find out the curved surface area. Okay. So what are the things given? Diameter is given as 16.8. Diameter is 16.8 meter means radius is equal to diameter by 2, that is 16.8 divided by 2, which is equal to 8.4 meters. Okay. Then height is given as about 3.5 meter. So first part is volume. Volume of cone is equal to formula 1 by 3 pi r square h, which is equal to 1 by 3 pi, we can write it as 22 by 7 into 22 by 7 into 8.4 into 8.4 into 3.5. So after multiplying and cancellation, you will get it as 258.72 meter cube. So volume of cone is equal to 258.72 meter cube. So next we have to find how much cloth is required to cover the heap. So for that we have to find the curved surface area. Second part is we have to find out the curved surface area. How much cloth is required to cover the heap. This is a heap, no, heap of wheat, heap. So we have to find out the curved surface area. So second part, curved surface area of the cone. What is the formula for curved surface area? Is pi r L, isn't it? So curved surface area of cone is equal to pi r L. So pi 22 by 7 into r we have 8.4. So what about L? We don't have L. So what we have to find out? We have to find out L. So for that we have R is equal to 8.4 and H is equal to what? 3.5. So how can we find L square is equal to R square plus H square, that is L square is equal to R square 8.4 square plus H square is 3.5 square. 8.4 whole square is what? 70.56 plus 3.5 is 12.25. Okay. So you will get it as 82.81. That is L is equal to root of 82.81. So how can we find the root of 82.81? So remove the decimal place without decimals. Again do in the working column. 82.81 we can write it as 8281. So table of 7 possible. So 1183. Again is possible in 7. So it will be 169. So here 13, 13. So grouping, we will get it as 7 into 13. 7 into 13 is what? 91. So 91 is square is what? 8281. So we have to remove 2 decimal places inside this room. So what will be 9.1? Then 9.1 into 9.1 will be what? 8281. We have to remove 2 decimal places. So 82.81. So L is equal to 9.1. So that value we can substitute here, that is into 9.1. Okay. So after cancellation, can divide by 7. So you will get the answer, final answer as 240.24 meter square. Okay. Ninth question. Find what length of canvas 1.5 meter in width is required to make a conical tent 48 meter in diameter and 7 meter in height. Given that 10% of the canvas is used in folding and stitching. Also find the cost of the canvas at a rate of rupees 24 per meter. So length of the canvas. For what length of the canvas? We don't know the length of the canvas. Length of the canvas we don't know. Let it be x. Width, that means breadth of the canvas is given as 1.5. So how can we find the area of that canvas? Length into breadth, that is 1.5 into x, that is 1.5x area we can find out. So first of all, what we have to do? What are the things given? Diameter. Diameter is given as 48 meters. So diameter is 48, then radius will be what? Diameter divided by 2, that is 24. Okay, radius is 24. Height is given as what? Height is equal to 7 meters. So how can we find L? L square is equal to R square plus H square, which is equal to 24 square plus 7 square. 24 square 576 plus 7 square 49, which is equal to 625. L square we have 625. L is equal to root of 625, which is equal to what? 25 meters. L we have 25 meters. So what about the curved surface area? Curved surface area. Why we are finding the curved surface area? That is, we have to cover, no? Curved surface area. How much? What? Find what length of canvas 1.5 meter in width is required to make a conical tent 48 meter in diameter and 7 meter in height. That means we have to cover the conical tent. Cover the conical tent means we have to find out the what? Curved surface area. Now curved surface area we have to find out. So what about the curved surface area? Curved surface area formula is what? CSA is equal to pi r L. So pi r L, curved surface area, pi r L, which is equal to 22 by 7 into r. Radius is 24. L we have 25. So cancellation, you will get it as, can we cancel that? No. Better multiply numerator divided by 7. That is 13200 divided by 7 meter square. So curved surface area we got it as, let it be equation number 1. Then we don't know the length of the canvas. Let the canvas length be x. So write down, let the length of the canvas is equal to x. Breadth is given as what? Breadth or width. Breadth or width is given as 1.5. What will be the area? Area of canvas. Area of canvas is equal to length into breadth, that is 1.5 into x or x into 1.5. That will be what? 1.5 x. 1.5x. So what? That is the length of the whole length of the, that means area of the canvas. That much canvas we are using, but in that 10% is used for stitching and what? Folding. 10% of canvas is used to fold and to stitch. So 10% we have to reduce. So 10% of remaining only, that means in this conical tent, full curved surface area we have what? 13,200. In that area of the canvas, the whole area is what? 1.5x. So whole area is 1.5x, but here for stitching and folding 10% we have to remove. So remaining only we can see in that conical 10. So how much we have to find out? So 10% is used for stitching and folding. So quantity of canvas wasted, that is 10% is wasted. No, 10% of canvas is wasted. So that means out of what? 1.5x, out of total 1.5x, out of that 10% is used for stitching and folding. So what about the quantity of is wasted? That is quantity of canvas wasted is equal to 10% is wasted, that is 10% of what? 1.5x. That much is wasted, that is 10 by 100 into 1.5x. So after cancellation you will get it as 0.15x. So out of 1.5x, 0.15x are wasted. So remaining used to cover the conical tent. So what will be the canvas used to make the tent? It will be what? Total 1.5x is there. Out of that 10% is used for stitching and folding. So we have to subtract that. So remaining will be the canvas used to make the tent. So write down. Therefore canvas used to make tent is equal to total is 1.5x minus what? 0.15x. 1.5x minus 0.15x, that is 1.35x. So 1.35x means that much canvas is used for what? That much canvas, that means 1.35x is used to cover the heap. That means to cover the heap, how much canvas is used? 1.35x. That means 1.35 is the curved surface area, isn't it? That much is needed to cover, means the heap means. So this is known as what? Curved surface area. So now we got the curved surface area as 1.35x. Already we have curved surface area, we have 13,200 divided by 7. So in equation number 1, now we got this as curved surface area to make the tent. That is curved surface area, that is CSA is equal to 1.35x. Let it be equation number 2. That means equating 1 and 2, we will get what? That is 1.35x is equal to 1. That is what? 13,200 divided by 7. Okay. So what will be x? X is equal to 13,200 divided by 7. Divided by, instead of by I am writing division symbol 1.35. So x is equal to 13200 divided by 7. Multiplication, division will change to multiplication. So this can be written as 1.35 by 1. So taking reciprocal, it will become 1 divided by 1.35. So after calculation into 100, to remove the decimal place, we have to multiply by numerator and denominator by 100. So after doing this calculation, you will get it as 1396.83 meter. So what we assume that x is, we assumed it as what? Length of the canvas. Length of the canvas is equal to 0.83 meter. So cost of 1 meter, that means this much meters of canvas is required to cover the heap. So for 1 meter cost is given as rupees 24. So we have how many meters? 1396.83 meters. That much cost we have to find out. So cost of, next step is cost of 1 meter canvas. Cost of 1 meter canvas is what? Rupees 24 is equal to rupees 24. So therefore we have cost of 1396.83 meters of canvas is equal to 1396.83 into 24. Okay, so you will get it as 33,523.92 rupees. Okay. Tenth question. A solid cone of height 8 cm and base radius 6 cm is melted and recast into identical cones, each of height 2 cm and diameter 1 cm. Find the number of cones formed. That means a solid cone, suppose this is a cone, it is melted and recasted and we got identical cones of, so what will be the volume? Small cones we are getting, identical cones we are getting. So it is melted and recasted. So what will be the volume of the solid cone will be equal to the volume of these cones. No? So to find the number, how many number of cones we are getting after melting, we will recast. We have to find out how many number of cones we are getting. So for that what we have to do? If you want to find the number of cones, what we have to do? Volume of this solid cone divided by volume of this smaller cone. So that means we will get the number. How many number of cones? So many cones are there with the same volume. So number of cones we are getting means volume of this solid cone, number of cones. Volume of solid cone divided by volume of identical cones. Okay, this is very important. Study this. How to find the number of cones. Okay, so how can we do this? What are the things given? Height of the cone is given as 8. H is equal to 8 centimeter. Then radius is equal to what? 6 centimeter. So what will be the volume of solid cone? So this is melted. No. So first we have to find out the volume of this solid cone. Volume of the solid cone formula 1 by 3 pi r square h. So 1 by 3 pi r square h, which is equal to 1 by 3 into pi, we can write it as pi itself, into r, 6 into 6 into 8, which is equal to 96 pi centimeter cube. So volume of solid cone is 96 pi centimeter cube. Then also given what? Also given height of the, so let it, okay, height, that is height of what? Smaller cone. Height of smaller cone is given as 2 centimeter and diameter is given as 1 centimeter of the smaller cone. So what will be the radius of the smaller cone? Radius is equal to diameter by 2, which is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, so radius we have, height of the smaller cone we have. Next we have to find out the volume of the smaller cone. Volume of the smaller cone is equal to same formula 1 by 3 pi r square h. So 1 by 3 into pi into r is what? 1 by 2 into, so 1 second, I will run this. So which is equal to 1 by 3 into pi into r, we have 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into h is 2. So we will get it as 2 we can cancel. So 1 by 3 into pi into 1 by 2. Pi can be written as pi by 1. So numerator pi into 1 pi divided by 3 into 2, 6. So pi by 6. Volume of smaller cone is equal to pi by 6 centimeter cube. Okay, so therefore we have to find out the number of cones. Therefore, number of cones is equal to volume of solid cone divided by volume of smaller cone. So volume of solid cone is what? 96 pi divided by, so I am writing division symbol, divided by, this is pi by 6. So 96 pi division, we can change it to multiplication, into 6 by pi cancel. So 96 into 6, which is equal to 576. So 576. So number of cones will be 576 cones. So if we melt that solid cone and after recasting, we will get 576 cones. Okay. Then question number 11. The total surface area of a right circular cone of slant height 13 cm is 90 pi centimeter square. Calculate first one, its radius in centimeter, second its volume in centimeter cube. Here we have to take pi as 3.14. Total surface area of the right circular cone. Total surface area, we have total surface area. So TSA is given as what? 90 pi. Okay. So total surface area of right circular cone. Total surface area of the circular cone is what? Pi RL plus pi R square is given as 90 pi. So from here pi we can take common. Then R also we can take. Then balance is L plus R is equal to 90 pi. So R into L plus R is equal to 90 pi. That pi we can take it down, so it will cancel, pi cancel. R into L plus R is equal to 90. Then what are the things given? We have to find out R, radius we have to find out. But R we have to find out. But slant height is given as what? 13. Slant height is given as 13. So substitute slant height L as 13 in this equation. We will get R into 13 plus R is equal to 90. So change the bracket. 13R plus R square is equal to 90. So how can we write? R square plus 13R minus 90 is equal to 0. So we have to split this middle term for finding R. So dash into dash is equal to negative 90, and if we add or subtract we want to get it as 30. So how can we do? 90, factorize 90. So 2 times p is to prime number 2. So we can do that, p is to prime number. So again 45, 3 times. 5 is possible, but we have to take the least one. So before 5, prime number 3 is possible here. So that's why we are taking 45 divided by 3. Here 15. Here also 3 possible. After that only we think about 5. So take this together. 3 into 3, 9. 9 2s are 18. Here 5. So 18 and 5. Check it. 18 into 5 is what? 90. So is there any relation between 18 and 5? If we subtract 18 minus 5, we will get it as 13. No? So if we take 5 as negative, we will get it as negative 19 also. So 18 into negative 5 is negative 19, and 18 minus 5 is positive 30. So we can split this 13R as R square plus 18R minus 5R minus 90 is equal to 0. From this R we can take common, R plus 18. Then same R plus 18 if we write here means is equal to 0. We want to get negative 5R. So negative 5 if we take, so negative 5 into R, negative 5R, negative into positive, negative 5 into 18 is 90. So from here R plus 18 is common, R plus 18 into R minus 5 is equal to 0. That means either R plus 18 is equal to 0 or R minus 5 is equal to 0. That is R is equal to negative 18 or R is equal to 5. R is equal to negative 18 is not possible. Is not possible. Therefore, R is equal to 5. Okay. So, R is equal to negative 5. For negative 18 is not possible. That's why we are taking only positive values. Therefore, R is equal to 5. So, next we have to find out the volume. For that, volume formula is what? 1 by 3 pi R square H. So, we don't have H. So, before finding the volume, we have to find out H. So, we have R and L. So, how can we find H? We have H square is equal to L square minus R square. L square we have 13 square. So, 13 square, H square is equal to 13 square minus 5 square. So, H square we have 169 minus 25, which is equal to 144. So, H will be what? Root of 144. So, H is equal to 12. So, we can find out what? Volume. Volume is equal to volume formula. Volume is equal to 1 by 3 pi R square H, which is equal to 1 by 3 into pi. We can take it as 3.14. It is given in the question. You have to take pi as 3.14. Don't take 22 by 7. It is given in the question. 3.14 into R is what? 5 into 5. R square means 5 into 5 into 12. Okay. So, 3 and 4 times 5 into 5, 25, 25 into 400. So, 3.14 into 100, which is equal to 314 centimeter cube. So, volume is equal to 314 centimeter cube. Okay. 12th question. The area of the base of a conical solid is 38.5 centimeters square and its volume is 154 centimeter cube. Find the curved surface area of the solid. So, area of the base. So, this area is given as area of the base means base will be a circle, no? Cone. So, it will be circle. So, area is given as what? 38.5. Volume is given as 154. So, area of base, no? Area of base means its area, that is base is a circle. Area will be pi R square is equal to 38.5. So, what will be R square? R square is equal to 38.5 divided by pi. So, we can substitute the value of pi as what? 22 by 7, not specified it as 30.14. So, we can directly write 22 by 7. Nothing is written in the question. So, we can apply 22 by 7 itself. So, R square is equal to, this is what? 38.5 divided by 22 by 7. That means what? 38.5. Instead of this division symbol, I can write this one, no? Divided by 22 by 7. So, it will be what? 38.5 division will become multiplication into 7 by 22, isn't it? So, this can be written as 38.5 into 7 by 22. Okay. So, R square is equal to, if we cancel this 22 and 38.5 into 10 divided by 10, we will get it as 1.75, or directly if we cancel, you will get it as 38.5 divided by 22. It will be 1.75 into 7. So, R square is equal to 1225. Remove 2 decimal place. R is equal to root of 12.25. So, what is the root of 1225? It is 35. That is 35 square. 35 into 35 is what? 1225. So, R will be what? 3.5. Remove 2 decimal place. So, 3.5 into 3.5. R is equal to 3.5. We have to find the volume of cone. We don't want to find the volume of cone. It is given in the question as 154. But from that, we have to find what? Height. So, volume of the cone is 154. R we have now 3.5. So, volume is given as what? Volume is equal to 154. Volume formula we can substitute. Volume is equal to 154. So volume formula is what? 1 by 3 pi r square h is equal to 154. 1 by 3 pi into r is what? 3.5 into 3.5 into h we don't know. H is equal to 154. So how can we find the value of h? So if you take this 3 to the right side, it will become into 3. So here left side pi into 3.5 into 3.5 into h is equal to 154 into 3. So h is equal to 154 into 3 divided by pi into 3.5 into 3.5. So next pi we can write it as what? 22 by 7. So h is equal to 154 into 3 divided by 22 by 7 into 3.5 into 3.5. So h is equal to 154 into 3. This denominator 7 will goes up, then divided by 22 into 3.5 into 3.5. So after here 2 decimal place, so we have to multiply by 1, 2. That means 2 zeros means we have to multiply by 100. So h is equal to 154 into 3 into 7 into 100 divided by 22 into 35 into 35. That is 35 into 35 into 100. That is 35 into 35 into 100. If you remove 2 decimal place means here also we will remove 1 place, here also we will remove. So we will get it as 33.5 into 3.5. So we have to multiply by 100. So after cancellation, you can do 7 5s are 35. Then here 5. Then again you can cancel. Final answer you will get it as 12. After cancellation, you will get it as, I am not cancelling this because it will be difficult if I cut all these things. So do your own. H is equal to 12. Here also possible, no, here 11, 10. Again we can cancel 10 and 35. So finally you will get it as 12. So h we got it as 12. We have to find out the curved surface area. Curved surface area formula is what? Curved surface area is pi r l. So r we have, now we got r as what? 3.5 and h also we have 12. So for finding curved surface area we need L. So for that first we have to find out L. L square is equal to r square plus h square, which is equal to 3.5 square plus 12 square. 3.5 square is what? 1225 is 35 square. Remove 2 decimal place plus 144, which is equal to 156.25. 156.25. That is L square we have 156.25. So L will be what? L is equal to root of 156.25. L is equal to, so that is 125 into 125. You can do the prime factorization. 156.25. You can do the prime factorization. So you will get it as what? 125. So 125. We have to remove 2 decimal place. So 12.5. That is 12.5 into 12.5 is what? 156.25. If you have any doubt, please contact me. If you don't know this factorization, please contact me. Okay. So 12.5. I think these lower classes you have studied these all things. That's why I am not explaining this. So if you have any doubt, please contact. So we have CSA, curved surface area is pi r l. So pi is what? 22 by 7 into r 3.5 into l. We have 12.5. Okay. So which is equal to, if you multiply you will get it as 77 by 7 into 12.5. If you multiply these two, then it will be easy. So 11 into 12.5, which is equal to curved surface area. So 137.5 centimeter square. Okay. Thank you.